Well, good morning, everybody. One of the biggest things that's one of the main reasons that I got into being an auctioneer is because people actually wait for me. It's the only time it ever happens. Good morning, folks. A very warm welcome to our EVES auction room here in Victoria Street on this another beautiful sunny Waikato day. To our viewers watching via the live stream, compliments of our good friends at Auctions Live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome on joining us here today for the sale of three outstanding properties, all being offered by Tracey and Warren out of our Victoria Street office here today. Obviously, my name is Grant Child. I'll be officiating proceedings. So I've got Kyra and also Grima over here. They'll look after all the technology in the auction room, and our management team also here for you. Janine and Mark over there on the right hand side. If you've got any questions, any queries throughout proceedings here today, just put your hand up and one of the team will come over and assist you. Now, bidding and buying at auction is a very simple and straightforward process, folks. You are deemed to have completed all your due diligence, you've done all your homework, you've identified all the reasons why you want to buy the property, you've identified that Frankie's room can either be painted pink or blue, whichever the case may be. Everything is all organised and you're all set to go. We do have a bit of documentation that we need to just remind you of and work through. As with all real estate sales, the buyers and sellers guide, well, that's put out by the Real Estate Authority. It's been around since 2008. Copies are also available on the table over there on your left hand side. So you bid on the basis that we've provided that document. Also on that table over there on your left hand side is finalised copies of the contract of sale. That's the most important one. It's been circulated in draft form. Everything's all been ticked off and signed off. Any alterations, additions, deletions, or any changes to the draft contract, I will alert you to that prior to your bidding, but finalised copies are available over there on the table as well. Now, because that draft has been circulated without changes, folks, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood, accept that contract that we worked to today, but I'll cover off a couple of important points, and that is, of course, bidding and buying at auction is on a cash unconditional basis. There are no outs for buying today, folks. Once the hammer comes down in your favour, you are the new owner of that property, and of course I'll highlight the settlement dates of when you can pick up the keys as we get to each of our three offerings today. The only other things that I really want to outline to you, the conduct of auction, that's what you see there on the screen. I'm not going to go through that in its entirety either. When the hammer comes down in your favour today, folks, you are deemed as the purchasers. As I've said, your only requirements today are, of course, to sign the contract and pay your 10% deposit unless you've made alternative arrangements with our vendors prior to the auction here today. Now, that needs to be completed prior to you commencing all your celebrations. The only other thing I just want to highlight to you, folks, is if I've only got one person that's participating in the auction, then I am authorised on behalf of our sellers to submit what we call vendor bids. There's nothing to be afraid of as far as vendor bids are concerned. They will only be used well below the vendor's reserve price. It is simply a technique for me to work alongside you and work with you to get you to what I call the negotiating platform, at which time we'll then pause the auction and we'll give you that opportunity to continue discussions. I'll disclose any vendor bids to you, and it is just to give you that opportunity to participate in the auction, and we're all here to help you. So as I introduce the management team, we're all here. We are here to assist you, folks, in moving to the next chapter of your lives after the settlement date of each individual property. I'll be happy to answer any questions at this juncture, if you might have any, just to make sure that you are nice and comfortable moving forward. Everybody looks pretty comfortable. Silence. It's great at question time, but I do not like it when I'm calling for an opening bid. That's when I like you to participate and give me bring a little bit of noise to the room. Now, telephone bidders, folks, we have no registered telephone bidding for any of our properties today. So those of you that are before me, my very eyes here today, it is going to be entirely up to you. The biggest advantage of that is you can see your competition. You know exactly who you're competing with. So let's go to our first property for the afternoon, folks, number 10, Geoffrey Place. Now, all that gobbledygook that I talked about with vendor bidding will not apply to this particular property, folks. This property was scheduled to go to auction, I think it was Tracey Warren, a couple of weeks' time.
3rd of May.
3rd of May, scheduled to go to auction. A very popular property, folks. The auction has been brought forward. The owners are in contract, and the property will be sold in the next few moments. So I will disclose to you the level of that contract And Kyra will put it up on the screen there as in the space that we call for an opening bid. When you see it on the screen, it's not an opening bid, it's disclosing the level of the pre-auction contract. I will then invite any bids over that level to give you the opportunity to compete for the keys of 10 Geoffrey Place. This property here certainly offers you the perfect spot for relaxation in a wonderful private location, and of course you've got that outstanding gully aspect to enjoy as well. Just covering off the legalities of the property for you folks, it is a freehold estate, 638 square metres of land, more or less, is what you purchase here today, all comprised and described in Record of Title SA 37B, Folio 605. Now the 24th of May is the settlement date, or such other date as mutually agreed between you and our current sellers. That's the day that you get to pick up the keys and take possession of this property. You also take possession of the channels that are outlined up there on the screen. No additions, deletions to that, Tracey? No changes to the channel, so everything's all set to go. Now the property itself, absolutely fastidiously maintained, and that's not only to the interior of the property but also to the exterior as well. That tells you the lifestyle that you are about to endure at 10 Geoffrey Place from the 24th of May or that other date. You've got those relaxing views that I talked about there. Those of course go out towards the river and beyond, and those are all enjoyed from the upstairs windows as well. Downstairs, well, you've got that simply superb flow to the outdoors there. Barbecue lovers, well, you're just going to relish your lifestyle in this property at 10 Geoffrey Place. You've got great outdoor facilities there and outdoor space for the kids and the pets to all play on your 638 square metres, more or less. For you that are a little bit more energetic, you've got the cycleway close by. Schooling, well, it's zoned for Hillcrest schools as well. Now, all I can suggest to you today, buyers, is buying this property today will change your future lifestyle of tomorrow and beyond. As I said earlier, the owner is in contract. The property is here to be sold today. That contract was signed at $1,050,000. At $1,050,000 under contract, happy to invite any bids over that level. Perhaps a $5,000 rise to challenge for the keys for 10 Geoffrey Place. Taking 2.5 of it will help you. We bought the auction for, we're not here to dilly-dally folks, we're here to sell today. I'll even take a mere $1,000 rise if you like. What about a $500 bid? I'm going to call it 3 times. If I don't get any bids from the floor, the property will be sold at $1,050,000. Once, twice, third and final opportunity for you to submit a bid. Well, Tracey Warren, given the fact that there's no further bidding, I can now formally declare the property is sold at $1,050,000. Congratulations to our sellers. I'm sure our new owners of this property are going to have some fantastic times at 10 Geoffrey Place. Okay, right, let's move on folks. Number 9B Murray Street. Again, Tracey and Warren have been working hard and presenting this property here. It's tucked peacefully away. It is a much loved home and it perfectly shakes hands with Mother Nature there as well, providing you absolute certainty to your future lifestyle overhaul at 9B Murray Street. When we look at the legal aspects of it, record of title 727974 describes the property as a freehold estate, the best class of ownership that you can buy in New Zealand, and with this property also comes 1,221 square metres of good old Kiwi terra firma. No changes to the channels list there. Tracey, Warren, no changes. Finalising the documentation of Geoffrey Place. So I can confirm they do a great job. There will be no changes to that, folks. 3rd of May 2023 is your settlement date. Of course, all such other date as you mutually agree. There she is. Tracey, no changes to the channels list?
No, all good.
See, I knew I was right. Not always like that, folks. I'm only an auctioneer. Alright, so everything's all tickety-boo there as far as the legal aspects. Let's go back to the property here. It's positioned to optimise your privacy and of course your outlook as well. Now, if you are the caterer for the family, this property is an absolute breeze. Catering for family or whether it's entertaining, it is simple, it's easy, and it's very, very practical from that kitchen that you see on your screen. The afternoon sun, well, that just simply floods into the family zone of the property. It's got fantastic indoor-outdoor flow. You can visualise yourself sitting around your outdoor furniture there on the deck, surrounded by that beautiful greenery, listening to the bird song, sipping on your morning coffee, perhaps your evening or afternoon wine. Simply superb indeed. 1,221 square metres of pure bliss. The outside room, well, it comes with this property. You've got an abundance of options for you to utilise that room however you see fit. I'll leave that entirely over to you. Also, the property's positioned beautifully in a quiet cul-de-sac and nice and close to the CBD. So the time of reckoning has come, folks. The time of reckoning is to determine the value of the property. That's your job. I put it to you now. Where do we say go? Where would you like to open the bidding for 9B Murray Street? I said it was a nice quiet cul-de-sac. You guys are going to fit in perfectly. Looking for an opening bid now, folks. Where do we say go? Your opportunity to buy is here. And you can't buy. We don't run silent auctions here at EVES. First call now for an opening bid. Second time. Final opportunity to put something to me to work with you for. Well, given there's no bidding, folks, I'm going to formally close the auction. Now, we've got a figure for you for this property. Think about what I said throughout my property description of the property and just highlighting the benefits of owning this property here. We're going to price that property. It is now available for sale at a mere $749,000. That's all you need to buy this property, folks. $749,000. Tracey and Warren, they are very busy people. Just ask at reception. They'll establish where they are, get you in contact, and then you can purchase that property at $749,000. The auction is now closed. Right, shall we move on to our final property, girls? There we go. Look at that coming up there on the screen. 31 Balance Street. What an outstanding opportunity you've got here for this particular property. Again, Tracey and Warren have been doing an outstanding job presenting the property. Now, the home was relocated in the 1990s and it originated from two sections that have been combined to form one title as 2,309 square metres of land. Now, that's an absolutely outstanding parcel of land. It's all described in the record of title 491803. The legal aspects just coming up on the screen now. A freehold estate, as mentioned, and again, that 2,309 square metres, confirming that 12th of May 2023 is your settlement date or such other date as mutually agreed between both parties. I just remind you of clause 24. I won't go through it in its entirety. It's quite a lengthy clause, but it's just relating to the executors, amending an amendment of the executors and reference to clause 9 under the vendor warranties. Obviously, executors not in a bid, having not been in occupation, can't fulfil the vendor warranties. So just making sure that you are aware of that as well. So moving on to the property itself, the beautiful gardens. You've got the many native specimen trees there. You've got that lovely stream that runs through the property. You've got your own private pond as well. A location of lifestyle, a location of space, fresh air, satisfactory freedom. That's what you get here at this property at 31 Balance Street. You've got the spacious home, you've got room to add value for the property as well. So if you're looking for something that you can add your personality and add your personal touch to, then this one ticks that box as well. As you went through the property, folks, you will remember all those beautiful timber features. You see the bench top there, as you see there on the screen there. You've got the beautiful timber floors throughout the home as well. You've got a massive playground here, as I mentioned, just reminding you, 2,309 square metres of land, more or less, where the kids can they can run away from home without actually leaving the property. So your opportunity is to put a GPS on the kids there, and you're only going to have to signal that GPS at either meal time or bath time, because they'll be lost somewhere, but they'll still be on the section, so you're not going to have to worry too much about them. This property here, folks, it's a little bit grandma's old scone recipe there. It's got all the ingredients for your perfect lifestyle ahead. Who says go for 31 Balance Street? And what might the quantum be? Somebody start me away? I suggest a $550,000 bid would get me underway. Fair and reasonable start at that. Here to help you today, folks, do I have $550,000? Right, well, I know we've got interest in the property, so I'll start it away on the vendor's behalf then at $550,000. Be clear, it's with me at $550,000. Happy to take a $20,000 rise on top of that. At $550,000, I start the auction away just to give you the opportunity to bid and buy here today, folks. It takes me to $570. Let's go there quickly now. Here's your opportunity. As I said earlier, there's no such thing as a silent auction here at EVES. At $550,000, happy to advance to $570 on your behalf if you will. First call now, all I need is a nod of the head, wink of the eye. Second call, are you in or out? Third, thank you sir. Appreciate you bidding there at $570,000. Welcome aboard there sir and enjoy the journey. We're here to work alongside you and help you today. At $570,000, a $20,000 rise would be the logical move for you here folks. Take me to $590 if you will. First time now at $570,000, chasing down that $20,000 rise. Second call now, are we in or out? Third, last opportunity for you to join us folks. Happy to work alongside you then sir at a vendor bid at $590,000. Bids with me at $590,000, chasing down another 20, take me to $610 would you? At $590 it is, take me through the threshold sir, take me to $610, give me the opportunity to continue discussions with the seller at that level. At $590,000 I can't help you on a vendor bid sir, you need to put something else on top to give you that opportunity to discuss with our sellers. At $590, take it $610, won't be doing any further vendor bidding sir, put something on top of it there and we'll give you that opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers. Could I say $600 for you? It's definitely worthy of better than that sir. $595, I'll give you that opportunity to discuss. Wrong way sir. Has to be north to south, chin to chest. This way here you'll finish up spending more than $5 grand at the chiropractor. Can I take $595 for you sir to give you that opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers? They're keen to work with cash today. I can't help you at this level. Yep. 95? Okay. Well, look, Tracey, I'm going to advance the bidding into a more realistic value for the property there at $600,000. I'm going to put it to you once more, sir. Here's your last chance. Otherwise, I'm going to close the auction. Now, I know how Tracey and Warren work. If you don't buy today, you will run the risk of going into one of those multiple offers afterwards. You won't be able to see what your competition's doing. I'm giving you that opportunity to work with our sellers exclusively today. At $600,000 on a vendor bid at this point in time, are you in or out? Happy to take that $5, otherwise I'm going to shut the auction down. First call. Second, final opportunity. Auction's closed. I'm going to hand it back to you, Tracey. A little bit more work to do there. Sorry we couldn't help you there, sir, but we definitely know we're going to sell this property for a greater level than that. It is a fantastic opportunity. Thinking about that 2,309 square metres, worthy of a better bid than that as it is. Well, that concludes our offerings today, folks. On behalf of the team at EVES, thank you for your attendance. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks for some more fantastic properties marketed by our wonderful EVES team here in Hamilton.